joined the Family Business Association about 9 years ago, and the reason for that was I was trying to train myself or develop myself education-wise, and I used to buy these mentor tapes, and one I listened to Brad Cooper talking to Jason Lee, and I thought, oh, I'd just love to meet that man. And then I just happened to get back to my office, and there was a flyer there for a family business conference in Tasmania, and Jason Lee was the chairman. So I said, I'm going to go. I said to my wife, we're going to Tasmania for a conference. And the only purpose was to meet Jason Lee. I had no idea what the conference was about. When I got to the hotel where it was at Tasmania, it's probably the first time in my life I've been in a room of 200 people and didn't know anybody, not one person. But it was just a really warm vibe. And I said to my wife and Anita at the time, I said, there's something about this place, it's almost incestuous. They all love each other, it's a big loving, and I want to be part of it. And I met Jason Lee, had a lot of fun.
I was actually just only talking to someone a few minutes ago, and I was sort of reflecting on the many family businesses over the years that I've spoken to and met and introduced, and it never takes long to sort of engage in the issues that they've got, and it's a very short time. The story pours out.
We needed something else. We were a family business, and I was very aware of that, and I had done a little bit of research on family business, and I happened to go to the MGI breakfast and stumbled across family business there, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made was to join the FBA. We've learnt so much in that time. It has been an absolutely wonderful experience for the three of us. And for Daniel in particular, it became, when he joined the business, I felt then it was really important that he had something other than his parents to talk to, and that he would learn what it was really like to be in a family business.
The things that have been great about joining FBA and getting involved are the different services they provide, but really it comes down to the people that you get to meet. The passion that the people have for their businesses, the stories that they share, their openness, their honesty, and you can see they're really not in it for themselves, they're in it to actually help and guide other people, and there is really a genuine commitment to sharing and helping one another.
Family Business Association is a forum of people whose commonality is family businesses. It's not, people don't come here and say, what type of business are you in? Like, am I in construction, or am I in retail, or I'm in wholesale? No, you're here because you're a family business. And that's the part that's really nice, is that you can just cross generations, you can cross size, you can cross so many things, but there's the commonalities that they're family business, and that's why they're here. And I think that's delightful. There's no competition amongst them as business people, because business people get together, we're pretty competitive people, whether we're professionals or advisors in business. Here it's not like that. It's a very collaborative environment. It's a lovely environment.
We were a runner-up in the FBA awards back in the mid-1990s, and so I've been a part of the FBA experience for some time now, and it's been just an absolute joy to be involved in this wonderful organisation.
Why?
Well, I mean, I believe that if you want a great business, you've got to surround yourself with great people, and if you want a great family business, there is no better place than FBA to surround yourself with other passionate family business people, advisors and partners. I just could not think of a better place to be in. I mean, in our time that we've been involved, our business has grown over 20% per annum. So that's every year since we've been involved in FBA.
The reason I joined FBA is because my son was returning back from overseas. I came from a fifth generation farming family. I'd seen issues with succession and planning the future. We were a first generation business, and it became apparent that he was going to move into the second generation. And I wanted to work with other people to help me plan for that succession.
Just mixing with the people alone, because I'll never forget, it was Jason Lee speaking at that conference in Tasmania. And I had recently just sacked my son from the business, all right? And my wife didn't speak to me for 6 weeks. And then Jason Lee got up and spoke and said, I had to sack my son. I'm going, yes, I'm not the only one, So it was great then. It was made me realise more and more about family business. It is lonely in a family business. You don't realise that when you're always in it and you're at the top making the decisions all the time. But when you see other people, you realise that people stuff up more than you do, which is fantastic. And people with family business, you learn from them is they're willing to tell and brag about their mistakes more than their wins. You know, that's the most enjoyable part. Because if you go to an industry conference or industry meeting, everyone lies, they bullshit to you all the time. So they'll say, "You making money?" "Oh yeah, I'm making money." "Any trouble with your staff?" "No, no trouble with the staff. Everything's perfect." You know, with FBA, that's almost the opposite. They're trying to see who's made the most mistakes and whatever. And it's a really good learning process for myself and my family.
Okay, so I'm a member of a forum group. I joined forums at the beginning of this year, and it was a bit of a leap of faith. Lots of people explained to me what it was going to be like, but no one really could tell you just what it was going to be, because you have to experience it to really grasp what it is. And it was a little bit scary. I joined an existing group that had really close ties. They'd all been together for a long time, and I'm certainly the youngest member of the group, but the way that they've welcomed me, the things that they've sort of shared with me, I feel really privileged to actually be a part of that group, and I know that they're going to be a real secret weapon in my future development.
I think people find the forums an opportunity to talk over issues with their peers in a very comfortable, safe setting. The group that I'm running has only been running for 1 month. I've just been amazed how candid, how frank, how open people have been, and we were able to very quickly get clear on our values and our purpose in that group. And I know that already in that short space of time, people are getting value from it and supporting each other with their issues. It's fantastic.
We just purchased another business. The plan was all on paper, but the execution was not going very well. It was going rather pear-shaped. Met some very good, talented professionals at the 99 conference who led me towards a forum group. And I must say that today I wouldn't have achieved anywhere near the goals that I have to date without being involved with the forum group.
Yes, I'm a member of the forum group. Yeah, fantastic. It's a life-saving thing that's been for me. It's like having 9 business coaches. I've always had a business coach, but this is like having 9 different business coaches, and it really helps you get the female perspective across again. That's the thing. I never realised how different women are ever so much with their thinking, and the forum groups really taught me that a lot more. It's been fantastic, actually.
On our forum, we've got people who are transitioning out of their business, and we've got younger people who are transitioning in. And just for those people to be able to see from the other perspective what's going on in those issues, I think that's fantastic insights for them.
The learnings that I have needed to glean have come via the forum group and the professionals with FBA to get through, I suppose, sometimes a pretty rough bit of water. But today the sailing's very good.
The best value I have received out of FBA is the forum group. I love the seminars and I love the interaction with a broad range of members, but the most exciting and important thing to me is the membership I have of the forum, which meets monthly with a group of 10 very disparate businesses, totally different to mine. Some are much bigger, some are about the same size, some are smaller. But what we find is that connection that we get where we solve a range of problems, not just business problems. We also reflect on our own personal lives, our own personal challenges, and it's a very, very close communal group that I really value and really treasure.
the thing that I have found so interesting and inspiring in these last couple of days is the stories that people tell. And again, the candour that people bring to those stories. They're very open, they don't try and sugarcoat it. So you're really seeing warts and all what happens in businesses and in families. It's a great combination.
Do you know what? There are so many things I've taken from this conference. There are so many that I ran out of notebook space in my booklet, and I had to get another piece of paper. There's so many, but I think the number one thing is I'm here alone this year. My father's busy working in the business and he's not here. So the number one message is I think he's got to be here with me, and we both have to be hearing these same stories and writing these same notes and developing a plan for what we're going to do about them.
Every year I think, should I come back next year? Maybe I've learnt everything, and every year I think I haven't even started learning anything.
I just think it's people are here to learn. Sometimes I used to sometimes see the conferences with people having a little bit of a break, and which is fair enough. I think we've often used to have it at locations where people could have a break and go with their family. But the sense I got here is that people are really wanting to stay at the conference and get as much as they can out of it. And was sometimes before, if you had it in a city, it was a bit dangerous to have it in the city because you get so many distractions. And sort of over the years, you've often had it at a resort where you're sort of locked in and you can't sort of get out. But I think it's marvellous that we're in a city here, and I don't see people wandering off. I see people wanting to stay and getting as much value out of it as they can.
It just amazes you that when you go along to these conferences and you walk away with a suitcase of ideas that this year again, the standard, the quality, the thought-provoking issues again that the executive of FBA have put in front of us is fantastic.
I'd rate it as the best conference, full stop. Yeah, and I mean, each year they just get better and better. The quality of the speakers gets better. The more people we get here, the more FBA members we get along, the greater the energy, and it's just a wonderful thing to be a part of. This year's conference has been the best by far.
And just once again, you catch up with friends you only see sometimes once a year and see how they're going, how their transition's been, and it's just like family. Family within family within family. It's beautiful. Love it.
The conference gave me a chance to stand back and look at my business. The conference gave me a chance to meet other people from other family businesses, large businesses, medium-sized and small businesses, who all pretty much follow the same series of challenges. We all have the same challenges as other businesses. We have HR challenges, staff, finance, and marketing. However, family businesses have a special group of challenges, which is how we might succeed and pass that challenge on to the next generation. How we pass the culture on is particularly exciting for all of us. And the sense of enthusiasm that I got at the conference was very, 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 very exciting, and challenged me to go back and work harder on my business and feel proud of my business, because there are a lot of like-minded people like me in Australia.
A friend of ours who's been a member for about 10 years has been badgering us for the last couple of years to join, and we've said, oh, well, maybe one day, but we finally got around to doing it, and boy, are we glad we did.
Why?
Oh, just the value that we've got out of the conference, and the value we can see going forward for our business and for our family.
I've been a member of FBA for about 8 years. Our family's been involved for about 10 years. And I remember my father first went to a conference down in Tasmania and said that we've got to get involved with this organisation.
And we've been members since about 2008, and I was actually at a Women in Business cocktail party. It was quite a dark restaurant, and I walked in, I didn't know anyone, and I saw all these ladies there, and I walked up to a group of 3 ladies and I said, hi, my name's Sophie. And one of them said, oh, hello, what do you do? And I said, well, my name's Sophie and we've got a business called Quick Mail. And she said, oh my God, I really need my nails done. And that's how I met Lorraine.
I've been a member of the Family Business Association for about 2 years. It's something I found out about as I was getting into the family business, and it's good to have a network out there of people who are like-minded, who have similar ideas and challenges to what a lot of other people have in this sector. So it's a great support network for me.
The biggest gain that we've made out of being part of Next Generation is essentially that we have grown, as my siblings and I have grown, and we've been, I suppose, given the opportunity to network with other larger family businesses across Australia. And I suppose a lot of education work that goes into FBA that we've been, I suppose, lucky enough to be exposed to as well and have the opportunity to be part of.
Being a member of the Next Gen team, I suppose we could be calling ourselves, the fabulous part about it is meeting other like-minded people that have the same issues that I have. You know, being second generation or even third generation, there's always issues associated with, you know, running a business. But the exciting thing is that I've met some fabulous people. They've become friends as well as almost confidants.
Hanging out with some of the Next Gen guys it really is great to realise you're not on your own. Other people have very similar situations. In fact, other people have harder situations than you have, and just helps you chat over ideas and alternative ways of looking at things and working through things.
It's been terrific to hear about other people's stories, realise that there are other people that have the same issues that you do. You do find out that you're not alone, and that you do have a lot of people that can support you around.
What I'm gaining about being a Next Genner is that I've met a huge amount of great people, some fabulous people, people that are going to be lifelong friends. And it's interesting about Next Genners and even anyone in family businesses that everyone has the same issues. And it's great to be able to share those issues with people who have gone through the same experiences and resolve them.
And the Next Genners see things differently. They run things differently. They come up with great ideas. They're quick to learn, they're quick to ask questions and quick to give solutions to problems too. So I love it. I'm actually in the middle of the next generation, the younger generation coming up and the older generation moving on.
As part of a Next Gen group, it certainly helps you to feel not alone. It gives you exposure to other family businesses that are going through exactly the same scenarios essentially, with slightly different events along the way, but it gives you an opportunity to discuss those events with others and potentially resolve some of the issues that may arise in a more successful way.
I think the biggest gain that our family has had through being part of FBA is learning to talk about things. Not that we couldn't talk about things before, but it's given us an opportunity to throw up some other questions and answer them.
You know, part of the thing that I learned last year talking to some others is that once you're in the family business, you don't have to be in there forever. You can take a bit of time out or have a look around or go off and get some more education and then come back and add more value again later.
A specific issue that FBA has helped us resolve is around succession. So I was sort of part of the succession to my father Andy. We've had succession on our board and our chairman, and Family Business Australia has certainly helped us in getting clarity around our succession.
I've benefited from the Next Gen FBA through being able to speak with other people who are facing similar challenges or who have already faced those challenges, and being able to speak with them and find out how they've overcome different things has been of great benefit.
I think that we have experienced a significant commercial gain through being involved with FBA for ourselves and how we manage our business, but also just meeting people, the individuals that you meet, the networking that's available has really helped us build our business.
The networking side of things has absolutely been fantastic for me. I know so many of the people at every conference now. A lot of people will ring me if they've got an issue or a trauma case that they need some assistance with, or that they know of someone that needs some help. They know who to call.
I'd say to anyone who's an FBA member, who's not a Next Gen member, I'd say definitely do it. It's well worth the time and meeting people and being able to discuss things in an environment that is comfortable with people who have knowledge in these areas is just invaluable.
I would say to people who are not part of Next Gen, get involved.
Why?
There's so much to learn, there's so many stories that you can hear, there's so many experiences that you can listen to, it's fantastic.
I'd say to people who are Next Geners of their organisations but not coming to Next Gen events that it really is, you meet some fabulous people, it really is a terrific little group, and yeah, it's just really good fun, and you do have that support network there.
I would certainly recommend people become involved as part of the Next Generation network. It certainly helps when you can talk to people who are in a similar situation to yourself and allows you to develop and get clarity around what you see as your future in your family business.
I'd say definitely if you're not members of Next Gen, get involved. It is a great organisation. It's a great sort of mental health check. It really helps you work through things, and it really makes you realise you're not alone, and it helps you laugh things off a bit.